Demetria, welcome. It's very good to see you. Hey.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you for having me.
All good. Let's get right into it. If there was a soundtrack playing while you were tutoring, what would that soundtrack be?
The Interstellar soundtrack. You haven't heard the Interstellar soundtrack? Yeah, Hans Zimmer.
He's amazing, by the way.
He is incredible. I think it's called Chasing Cornfields or something.
Okay, I'll have to watch
it needs to be. I was listening to that when I was studying in Year 12. It was, and my brother would walk in the room and he'd be like, what the hell are you doing? And it was just, once you listen to it, you understand. It just feels like you're working up to something. And even if you don't want things to make sense to you, it will make sense because this is playing. And
that's so
it was
cool.
like I would play that as in a little speaker in all the rooms. Honestly, it's the best thing ever.
This is motivationally inspiring. Well,
yeah, it makes me just get goosebumps.
That's so cool. And how I haven't seen Interstellar. I've seen so many movies. I used to work in a video shop, but
you
like
haven't seen it.
Interstellar, I haven't seen. It was after my Video Easy days. So I worked
it's not an
with
excuse, Harry. You need to watch it.
And I think it was after like kids. How old is it? Or maybe I can't use
like
my kids
new yeah, no, you can't.
No, because it's not that old, right?
No.
My Heroes is 7. Was it before 2018?
No.
I can't even use kids.
Yeah, no, it would be. No, you can't.
Yeah, I can't use an excuse.
Yeah.
There you go.
You need to watch it. It's just every time I watch it, I realize something new about it, or like I find a new little detail and you can't look up things about it that gives you the little Easter eggs. First time it'll make sense, but then second time you watch it,
more times it'll
make a different amount of sense.
No, that's a sign of a really good movie.
Yeah.
But film music more generally is underrated. Like
Hans Zimmer, I think.
Yeah, he's incredible.
If I could see anyone in person and listen to it in person, him orchestrate.
He's a very artistic talent.
Very artistic. In everything.
And he's done so much. Like he's
Batman,
he's so much film music. Yeah.
And you can tell. I think it makes the biggest difference in a movie when the music.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's interesting because it's music that is literally meant to invoke emotion without you realizing it's there, which why I think is so powerful. Because it's not meant to attract attention. Like you're not meant to be aware of it. Designed to create the most impactful emotional response.
Yeah,
it's like what is there to do? That's why I
think it's so underrated. Imagine how much that thought needed to go into it. And I agree. Pizza or pasta? Pasta. Rain or sunshine? Sunshine.
Which fictional character would you prefer to have as your tutor?
Hulk. Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, really?
He was so knowledgeable. So knowledgeable.
In the later Avengers movies where he was like both smart and big.
Yeah. He was friendly. He was just, when he was explaining to all the other Avengers what was happening and why everything was happening, why he needed to be there, even when they were like, what do you bring to the team? He was like, you don't even know what's happening behind the scenes. So he was able to explain it and break it down.
Here's a question. Do you reckon it would help him to look like the Hulk? Like, as in, would you just have like Mark Ruffalo with all his genius saying whatever? Or would you want him to be green and smart?
For sure, green and smart.
Right,
imagine how many kids want to come into imagine how many kids are wanting to come into tutoring.
I love it.
You're going to visit a big green man.
It's true. You've got some huge jacked up man just teaching stuff and he's on top of it.
Exactly right. Yeah, you get the entertainment factor and you've got the intelligence.
That's fascinating. Very good. Yeah, I was thinking about it at school. I definitely worked harder for my good-looking teachers than I did, which is a weird thing to say, but like I don't know, like there's more of a sense of like, oh my god, just do the right thing.
Yeah. Oh, in that case, just bring Thor in, and we're there.
Right. So you want team teaching Thor, Hulk. Yes.
No, but I think Mark Ruffalo, he was just friendly. He was entertaining in the sense you can't look away from the big green man, and
that helps.
He always got it across.
Keeps engagement, and very good. Careful or fast?
Fast.
Facebook or Insta?
Instagram.
Call or text?
Call.
Learn or teach?
Teach.
What is your tutoring superpower?
I think my tutoring superpower is being able to give students a new way of understanding things. So when I was in school, I always found that I wasn't quite understanding things the way the teacher liked to bring it to me.
Right.
But as soon as I put my little tricks on it or little words that helped me understand information, that's when it clicked for me. So
that's awesome. So you explain things in a different way.
Yeah.
Early bird or night owl? Night
owl.
So what's one lesson that your students have taught you over the years?
Patience. Patience. They've taught me patience. I've realized sometimes that as many different ways that you can teach someone something, sometimes it's just not clicking for them. So patience in the sense of you need to try a few things before they will understand it and before it clicks for them. So just pushing through and not getting frustrated.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Like, you can fail in the sense that they cannot not do their homework, or they cannot, put in enough effort, whatever. But a student not understanding something is not a student failure at all. Like that's not a. I mean, I don't know that it's a teacher failure either. It's not like someone has to fail, but it's
not something they can help.
That's right. If they don't understand, okay, try again. Like find another way. Yeah,
a lot of the time they could be doing all the right things in terms of homework, listening, focusing.
Right. But they're still not landing. Deadline pressure or steady progress?
Deadline pressure.
Private school or public school?
Private school.
Theory or application?
Application.
Quiet study or background noise?
Background noise.
Motivation, internal or external?
Internal.
Good. I love how confidently and if you're answering these extremely well. I'm gonna be like, well, it depends on the circumstance.
I'm sure thinking that in the back of my mind, but
no, your decisiveness
first answer is always the right one.
Exactly. So, what made you want to get into tutoring in the first place?
Like I had mentioned, it was always in class a sense of I wasn't a smart kid. Nothing just came easy to me.
Right.
It was more so when I found a teacher that really explained things to me in a way that I would understand and it would click to me. That's something that I wanted to bring through tutoring. So it wasn't just teaching the content, writing things on the board and hoping it catches and they understand it, giving them little things. So the amount of times I've had to go home and think about different ways that this specific kid might understand this content. That's what made me want to do it, being able to put in that little bit extra effort so then they can understand it for the long run. Helping them through just the first understanding process rather than making it an overwhelming process.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So there were certain teachers that you can pinpoint where it landed with you.
Oh, definitely.
Like what they did worked in a way that wouldn't have otherwise necessarily worked.
Yeah.
And then it's cool to give that to other students, to have a sense of, to show them, okay, I can help you to feel what I felt, which...
Yeah.
And you reckon it's made a difference in your life and
Oh, definitely made a difference because then from that point on, when I think this teacher was in year 6,
right.
And then from year 7 onwards, it was less of I just need to learn this content and I just need to get it to get through this exam, and more so, let me find little ways. And that was fun for me, finding little ways that I could understand it. And I remember those ways now that I was using in high school.
That's
and then
awesome.
Now I can bring that to students.
Like you wanted to learn it and you wanted to do it.
And then having kids come in and then be like, I want to come back because I want to understand. It's not just a hard process. It's I want to understand. I want you to tell me your little tricks, so then when I go in, I can do the questions on my own. And it was really enlightening.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm sure there's been study done on this.
Yeah.
But I've been telling students it's so important to enjoy. Okay, forget enjoying or not enjoying, whatever. Say you want to just learn this stuff as efficiently as possible. Almost gaslight yourself into enjoying it because you become smarter.
Exactly.
If you say, I've never stopped my students saying stuff like, I don't like probability, or I don't like this part of an essay.
You stuck with me. You said to me, I come in and I'm literally bouncing off the walls because if they're enjoying it, then they're going to want to be here. They're going to want to do it. They're going to want to be great at it. And I remember you saying that at one of our meetings.
Did I? Yeah.
Eating meetings, whatever it was.
Right.
And you said it, and I was like, that's great. Come in bouncing off the walls. How can they not be enjoying it if you're radiating the joy of it?
Yes. Yeah, no, that's right. If it comes from you, but even in the language, try and stop a student saying stuff like, "Oh, I don't like algebra," or "Oh, I don't mind this, but I kind of like that." I think you want to be in the sense of, "No, I love algebra, I love trig, I love probability." Even if you don't you want to believe it ultimately, but you almost want to believe it because then you'll get better. You get smarter at it, and you get dumber at what you resist. And you get smarter at what you embrace.
And a lot of the time when they're saying, I don't like this, they don't get it. That's why. You don't know what you're doing.
Yes.
So that's why you don't like it. Telling them that and then being like, but there's no but. You're going to understand it and then you're going to love it. You're going to want to do the questions.
Reward first or discipline first?
Discipline first.
Speed reading or deep reading?
Deep reading.
Multiple choice or extended response?
Extended response.
Digital notes or handwritten notes?
Digital.
What's a conception that you've had or an intuition that you've had that has turned out to be incorrect? Essentially, I'm asking what's a non-obvious lesson that you've learned through tutoring?
Got to a stage, I think, during school where I thought homework wasn't necessary.
Right.
And I think I thought it wasn't necessary because once I started getting things in class, all right, I get it now and I can just leave it and move on. And then when it came to that yearly exam and the stuff that I had understood in class is now something I need to relearn because I hadn't done the reinforcement that I needed. So I think maybe, I don't even know if it's a misconception. I think everyone has that moment where they realise that the unnecessary little things that people have been telling them to do, and they think they actually matter and they're necessary, and the reinforcement of everything that they needed. So
do you reckon it's a wishful thinking? Do you reckon we just like,
oh, for sure,
we just like hope the homework's unnecessary?
Yeah, exactly that. I hope it's not necessary. I hope I don't have to do that extra bit of work. But that extra bit of work is saving you time later.
Yeah, that's right. True.
Making them understand that do the little bits of work that I'm giving you now, and then you won't have to do the last minute cramming that everyone else is doing.
Yeah, that's fascinating. That's very true. Yeah. I remember at some point I would tell students that the point of our lesson is to do the homework.
Yeah.
Like the point. And I would apply that at uni as well. Like I remember at uni, I would almost reward myself. Like if I did the tute homework before the lecture, I would then be okay with not going to the lecture. Unless it was a lecture I really liked. And there was a certain lecture like,
it's all relative to if you're enjoying it or not.
You love the lecture, you want to be there or whatever.
I'm learning about the ecosystem now. I'm like, hey, I have to, again, convince myself that I want to learn about it.
Yeah. Encouragement or tough love?
Encouragement.
Risk-taking or playing it safe?
Risk-taking.
Exams every term or one final exam?
Exams every term.
We just talked about this about uni,
about having it throughout. I think it's just, I just don't understand why are we going to forget the knowledge that we,
So like more repeated assessment.
Yeah, more repeated assessments throughout it, or even make it a cumulative thing. You did an assessment on it and then maybe throw a few things in. I still do that with my students. Teach them things, and then the next lesson they're learning something. I'm chucking something in that I taught them 5 weeks ago.
Otherwise, you're learning for the exam in the week, as opposed to like, I want this information to stay with me forever.
Yeah.
You're studying at university,
Yes, I'm studying physiotherapy. So I'm in my 4th year. I'm loving it. I'm still discovering all the different paths that you can go into, which I didn't even know going into my unit. There's so many things I didn't know about my unit before getting into it, but there are so many different fields of it that I think everyone assumes that it's just sport physiotherapy. You go treat a muscle, but it's cardiorespiratory, it's neurology, there's so many different aspects, and I'm just finding it so interesting that I'm finding a different kind of pathway every time I go into a new lecture.
What's the neurology part of it? It's like
neurology is mostly stroke patients
getting rehabilitated, and
they're getting rehabilitated and realizing that you need to understand different things about pain management and different things about where has something been, what side of their brain's been affected, and what is that affecting as a process. And if you've got all that information, then you can help treat them best, because sometimes it's not also a matter of just do the exercise and you'll get there. Sometimes there's neurological restraints that aren't allowing them to. So I'm finding that really interesting, because I didn't expect that going into physio as well. Right.
You thought more about the body and the muscles.
Just more about
the nerves and the mind.
Their muscle hurts in their leg, give them a massage and they'll be good. But there's so much to it. And when we went to the hospital to kind of see these stroke patients, it was so interesting that there was a physio there. And I was like, what are we doing here? Why are we needed? But the rehabilitation, they need everyone. Yeah.
Actually, I heard an interesting distinction about the services that we provide as people, as businesses, as individuals, or whatever, can broadly be separated into either it's a painkiller or it's a vitamin.
Yeah.
Like either it solves a problem and takes away a pain, or it just improves a system that would have probably been fine otherwise, but you're making it better.
Yeah.
And I think there's more meaning in painkilling. Like if there's something where if you weren't there, like if a physio wasn't there for a stroke patient, maybe they never use their legs again. I don't know.
And a lot of the time they're not getting up out of their bed and they're not doing the things that they need to do. Yeah.
And it's great. Look, the sports side of it, I imagine, is amazing, and it's great getting an extra 1% out of the NFL player so that he can now tackle a bit better, or whatever. Or take a week off the recovery time or whatever. I feel like that there's almost more meaning in, it depends on what you're into.
And seeing the reward, like it's so rewarding realizing that if you hadn't gotten them up out of bed to do the lap around which we take for granted, it gives you a new perspective on everything. Just getting them out of bed and helping them walk around, or maybe because it's a allied health profession. So you're working with something which is so interesting to me, because you're working with multiple different other professions. So then you can fulfill their treatment. So the rewarding nature of being able to tell them that this is what's wrong with them, so you need to enforce this, so then their quality of life improves. It's so interesting.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, my sister did physiotherapy many years ago, and she loved it.
Yeah. Where's she working now?
Yeah. She's not working now. She's in Greece. But yeah, she was. She did, and there's masters as well, right? There's postgrad stuff you can do. Yeah, it's like 4 years, and then
another if you choose
and then postgrad. Yeah, very cool. Is there much stuff around physio with kids? Like, is there a lot of that you're saying at uni?
Physio. Yeah, there's definitely pediatric because body changes from going from children to so people definitely choose to be in pediatric.
To specialize in that. Yeah. Okay.
Mostly in hospitals as well, though. Yeah.
That'd be very cool. With that, you're going to finish your study soon. What's your plan? Like, where do you see yourself in 5-10 years' time?
Yeah. So the goal, career-wise, is to be finishing my degree, doing the placement, doing everything I need to do in terms of that.
Yep.
I still haven't worked out. I think placement, the last kind of portion of uni, you do 5 weeks of 5 lots of placement. I'm hoping that's going to help me decide what sector I want to be in of it. But after that, hopefully opening a practice of my own and then being able to have all the different services within that practice, possibly speech pathology, occupational therapy, and making it an allied health clinic, I think.
Oh, very nice.
Hoping to have a business, having that up and running. 10 years feels so far, but really like to be working towards that. I need to start that now, don't I?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, that's very nice. Now, I heard a beautiful quote. Most people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 10.
Exactly. I was thinking about it because I was like, what possible questions are you going to ask me? And I was thinking about this and I was like, I'm going to be 31 in 10 years. I need to start getting it going now. Like I need to, start thinking about it because although I'm like, eventually I'll have my own clinic and be opening up a business and doing all of this, that needs to get into motion soon, doesn't it?
No, exactly. Yeah. But I think we don't appreciate the power of exponential growth. Like we don't realize that to get something rolling is very hard to get it off the ground.
Yeah.
But once it's rolling, it'll move. Like it'll move faster. 21 now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. When you're 11, do you remember thinking, "Oh my God, 21-year-old Demetria"?
Yeah, what's she going to be doing? Yeah. I think I remember thinking that I would be doing different things, or I'd remember thinking, because everything's relative to what you're doing at that time. So during that time, I think dancing was my main focus, and maybe going into high school was my main focus. So I thought maybe I would be professional dancing, but like in some way, everything's kind of aligned in its own way. Like, who knows, when I'm at 31 and looking back and thinking, is that what I thought I'd be doing? Could be a completely different path.
True. You have to have a crack and have a go, and then you see what happens from there, I guess.
Yeah.
One thing I've tried to do more of, I've tried to remember how impossible I thought things would be.
Yeah.
So I remember in my 20s, like my godfather once said, "Harry, eventually the children will grow and you won't know what to do with the students, and there'll be hundreds of them." And there were like 10 students at the time. And I remember how impossible it felt. Like, I just thought, okay, it's my godfather just being nice to me because, that's what godfathers do and they're going to say nice things. Yeah. But I was very sure there's no way this is true. Like I was like, if I can get to like 20, 30 kids and, I don't know, it can be just a thing I was just like doing on the side or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remembered how impossible I thought that was.
Yeah.
Because now I think, okay, fine, what do I now think is impossible? And I'm trying to remember how impossible I think it was.
Yeah.
Because when you start doing it, you realize that, you can do a lot more in time. It usually takes more time than you realize, and you have to be persistent for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like remembering how impossible I thought things were.
And him saying that little thing of you brushed it off, you didn't even think, and then now it's like, when you're there.
I don't know why, but I'm very glad I remembered how impossible I thought it was.
Yeah.
Like I remember, no worries, no. My biggest problem is going to be, where do I fit these kids? Yeah, no worries. Yeah, like it just felt like inconceivable that would even happen.
The problem that he started to bring up was almost like, if I have that problem, that'll be great. But now when you're here and you're like,
yeah. But no, I'm glad I remembered that, and now I try and remember what feels impossible.
Yeah.
If you could meet a person from history, who would it be?
Relating back to what we just said, first person that ever I don't know, walked on the moon. Was that inconceivable to them? And did they think that that was something that they'd attain?
So whoever did like something impossible, I guess.
Someone that did something that was impossible, that now we look at and maybe it's something that we look past completely. Like that's all right, cool. Someone did that, but back then that was something that was impossible, and that was extraordinary. How did they feel being the person to do that? And did they once think it was inconceivable, or did they maybe look at it as that's something I'm going to do and work towards that singular goal?
Like really their experience of going from impossible to obvious.
Yeah.
Which I swear, just to link it back to education, I think that's the point of education.
Yeah.
To make the impossible obvious.
Yeah.
Like to make this idea that, I don't understand anything about this. Like it's completely obscure to me, whatever.
Yeah, but break it down and it's so obvious.
Correct. And then it's okay.
It's a kid coming in with essay writing and not knowing where to start, and it's impossible. I can't write. I'm not good at writing.
Yes.
It's not going to happen. And then giving them a little structure for an introduction that they just need to tick these little boxes to write it. And then suddenly they're like, it makes sense. I can do that. I can do the little steps. So why can't I write the whole paragraph?
And then it's obvious to you when you do it.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you can't imagine a world where you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like imagine a world where you couldn't, I don't know, add numbers. Or it feels weird that you would ever not have known that thing afterwards. Which I think maybe there's actually a parallel here. Maybe we should make students more aware of how difficult they think something is.
Yeah, and
like so that when they smash it, they can look back and realize, oh my God, I thought this was so hard.
Yeah.
So that when they inevitably do reach the goal and they look back and they do really well in their exam, or they just have a really good understanding of the concept and they enjoy it and so on, they can look back and they can remember the difference between this felt insurmountable and terrible and not fun. And now it's obvious and easy and simple.
And I think sometimes getting them to write, sometimes I get students to write things down that they were like, oh, that was something that I can't do. I'm not good at this. I won't be able to do this. And I do this from really little because they find adding versus subtracting so hard. And now we're working on division, and they can now look back and be like, oh, I didn't even know how to subtract numbers. And now I'm moving on to bigger things, and it makes them really impressed and proud of themselves. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. And you mentioned walking on the moon. Why? Like, why did walk on the moon come to mind? There's like the example of
I guess when I look at it, it was something that for me, it's not. Why do we need to do that? What for?
Right. Okay.
But for someone else, they fixated their whole life on this mission, and I don't know. There's so many.
So it's not like I had to feed my family, therefore I climbed the mountain to bring back
to do it.
The woolly mammoth. It was like I could have just lived my life, or sent people to the moon.
Things could have stayed ordinary. Things could have stayed the same, and things could have kept consistent. But they chose to branch out and to do something that really fascinated them, and
that's cool.
Maybe something that no one had done before. So they couldn't even look forward and be like, "Oh, someone's done it, so I should be able to do it."
That's cool. And it's for its own sake. Like it's achievement for the sake of conquering the apparently impossible.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there is something ancient about going on the moon. Like that's nuts, right? Like every human has known the moon.
Yeah,
forever.
We've known it. We've seen it from a distance forever.
Correct.
And now
But being on it, there's a sense of like you're conquering the unconquerable. Like you're like
exactly.
Yeah,
and I think even just the message around it and like thinking about it as not what it is physically, but they conquered something that was something we've been looking at at a distance for forever.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. I've never thought of that before. But it's a historic achievement in the sense of like all of history.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's pretty like you can imagine aliens looking at like I don't know things that happened in the 1900s.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the ones that has thousands of years significance. Like the pyramid being built for I don't know something of that.
Exactly.
Of that caliber. No, that's very cool. Creative thinking or logical thinking?
Logical thinking.
Structure first or inspiration first?
Structure first.
Natural curiosity or trained focus?
Natural curiosity.
Learning alone or learning together?
Learning alone for me, but yeah.
Similar. Individual assignments or group assignments?
Individual assignments.
Yeah. My experience of uni, I learned significantly more from the social aspect of being involved in the Greek society and just meeting so many people and running things in leadership and organization. I learned so much more from that than the actuarial, finance, commerce side of things. Yeah. Maybe a significant part of what you take away from uni is the process and the frustration and whatever in group assignments.
Yeah. I think when we do group assignments, there's always, you want to do this well. They know you want to do this well, so they're going to leave it to you, and you're just doing it on its own.
Yes.
I don't want you to get the credit for the work I'm doing. So then it was a sense of, I just don't want to do it. I want to not do it out of stubbornness. I don't mind getting a bad mark just because you're leaving it to me. But then I think perspective of that kind of shifted a bit when I made a good group at uni and people that had the same interests and had the same likes, and we wanted to look at it together, and it was more a building experience rather than getting it done. And and
ideally you get to choose your group, and then you have an organization around like data flow of who's going to like project management almost.
And
who's going to achieve this by this time, and someone hasn't done it, so someone has to have a word with them, but no one's actually in charge.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I'm pretty sure is exactly what most work is like. Like a lot of work is like that. Very rarely is it just everyone's working as atomized individuals doing their task. Often you work in a team and someone isn't pulling their weight, and you have to like call them up even though you're not actually in charge of them, and then you have to approach it non-awkwardly so you're not attacking them, but you're just like, do you need a hand almost? And
you're occupying your time with all of that rather than if we all just decided that we needed to sit down and do it.
Yes, as opposed to, doing the actual work of a physio or whatever it is. But I think it's a skill you never don't need it. Like it's a...
And I think even when I said now individual learner, I'm going to need to be thriving off the people that I'm working with, and I need to be applying that into my life. So I need to untrain myself into being very independent and being able to get things done on my own too. I don't know everything and I'm not going to know everything, which is why to be the best at what you're doing, you need to be bouncing off other people as well.
100%. We're going to work in a group. Although I think evolution has made us individual learners.
Yeah.
I mean, group learning has to be much more recent, like compulsory education and school and groups of... Like surely the way we're evolved to learn is, I don't know, your mum is baking something, your mum is doing something and then just teaches you how to do it. Or your dad is like, I don't know, milking a goat, and just stand next to him until you learn how to do it, and then you do it. Like it's like I think we're evolved for one-on-one like learning essentially, and then group learning can like imitate that, I guess, as much as possible. Very cool. A routine or variety?
Routine.
Quiet confidence or loud energy?
Quiet confidence.
Final question. What do you like most about tutoring at First Education?
I think the community of it all. I think being able to come in and everyone has the same passion and same desire to come in and teach students what they are finding hard, and teach students and inspire students to feel comfortable and feel like it's a place that they can bring their schooling problems to and work towards what they're doing and help them. And I think if everyone's here doing the same thing, and the community of being able to talk to people and being able to bounce your ideas off other people, because you're out of work is just, everyone's doing different things. They can't relate to the things that you're doing. So I think being able to be in that sort of community is really great.
Oh, very cool. It's like an effective group assignment.
Yeah, an effective group assignment.
No, that's very cool. Demetria, are you awesome? Thank you for coming, and wonderful to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All the best. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was awesome.